Welcome back to the channel. So I was playing Apex Legends, got pissed and searched this up, and here we are. So let's read. I realize why this game sucks and why it is mentally exhausting. So let's just go over and see what this guy thinks and see if we all feel the same or whatnot. And then I'll tell you guys how I feel about the game, maybe or so. So let's see. I started playing this game mid-season 3. It was my very first battle royale game, and I loved it. Same. I was grinding the game since then. I wanted to improve. I spent a large amount in my free time to practice, watch tips on YouTube, and try to adopt it in game. Then season 6 came in, and after 2 days I realized I can throw all my effort into the bin. I can throw all my effort into the bin because the skill gap between players is gone. I uninstalled the game just to have a break. After a week I went back in yesterday and realized why my mental patience has dried out. Server connection. Yesterday as someone with solo queue since day one, had the best teammates for the first time. Great communication, super nice talented guys. Great rotation. Yeah, you get that every once in a while. Measuring fights, we were winning. 2 squads left and then suddenly error. Connection lost to the server. Try to rejoin? Nope. That game is just gone. Well, it happens. I get an Apex pack. Suddenly I see 3 gold lines. My heart rushes me saying, yay, 3 legendary items. Then the animation freezes and I get the code net error. The pack is gone. Really? Never had that one happen. Anyway, let's jump to teammates. Teammates, this is one of the most difficult things as a solo queue player, and it's with me since day one, all over and over again. It really surprised me that people are still brain dead after 6 seasons, mindlessly rushing into fights when they hear gunshots, dying in 2 seconds, dropping hot to a location where there are already 5 squads, so every character from the game can punch you out at the same time. And not to mention the angry toxic players who are already down, and you try to save them by trying to 1v3, and he constantly screams into the mic how much a loser you are. So I've experienced this for sure. This definitely happens in Apex Legends. It sucks, but it does happen, unfortunately. And looters looting the same area for 15 minutes and they die to the ring or get gate kept. Thieves who steal your loot in front of your nose. That's me. I steal a lot of loot, but usually I'm the best player, so I feel like I deserve that loot. Plus, I ain't gonna lie, man, sometimes you just gotta be the quickest looter out there, cause like if you're not quick, you get shot in the back or some shit. Who knows? I had this Pathfinder yesterday. I never saw anybody looting so fast. He emptied 3 boxes under 2 seconds, screwing me up by leaving nothing. Yo, we got into a fight and I died because I had no and no biz around. And see, that's the difference between me. I'll loot all the stuff or what I need, but if I took like some ammo and you request it, I'm gonna give you that ammo, man. As a teammate, I'm gonna make sure you got some ammo, some shields, whatnot. That's just me. I'm gonna make sure you got that if I looted it from you. You feel me? That's me. I don't know about other players, but I'm sure there's other players out there that's just straight up stingy and don't care. But these 2 things are with me since day one, and I am so surprised who I could play this game for 10 months straight every day. But what killed me completely toward the game is the following. Recoil. I follow quite a few streamers who stream Apex, and I saw several posts about the recoil, that it is a bit weird. I never placed any huge attention to it since yesterday. I know that in season 6 the recoil has been hugely reduced, but a minimal recoil is still there. I watched 2 streamers and I noticed when they fire any gun with no attachments or attachments, they are beaming people in a straight line. I went to their YouTube channel and scrolled back to season 5 and 4 gameplay. It was the same. Nobody should tell me that these people are so damn talented that they can hold the recoil of every gun in a straight line. That is not possible. That's true. That's true. Like when I use the Spitfire specifically, quite a few guns actually, I get some zigzaggy recoil. Like the recoil is going left and right, and then it'll go left and right once, it'll go left once, go right once, then it'll go left again, and then it'll zigzag up in the left a little bit. And like to control that recoil, it takes a little bit of effort. So if you're shooting straight lines, you definitely modding or doing some type of recoil tricks. I like most of my gameplays, you can see that recoil, and I'm controlling that recoil in my gameplay. But I won't lie, if you can eliminate the recoil, shooting targets is a lot smoother, a lot easier. It's a lot easier and a lot smoother. It hits harder when you eliminate the recoil. It also makes your focus a bit easier on the game. You don't have to focus so much on controlling your micro movements and recoil. You can actually shoot your targets down and then move on to the next thing: climbing, jumping, running, flying, grappling, octaning, and then shooting the next target with minimal amount. Maybe they need to readjust the recoil pattern a little bit. Especially with that Spitfire, it's pretty aggressive. Like at long range with that Spitfire, it takes quite a bit of effort to control that, if not burst firing it or so. But at close range, the Spitfire usually wrecks. Close to mid range, it usually hits pretty hard. But that recoil is definitely there. I went to their nobody should tell me that these people are so talented that they can hold the recoil of every gun in a straight line. That is not possible. Second, when they have a mouse cam view, there is not even the slightest sign that they are doing anything to reduce the recoil. I realized this when I remember this YouTuber who shown how to reduce the recoil on the flatline. He showed his mouse view and you could see the movement to reduce it, but still it wasn't a straight line. The recoil was reduced, but you could still see the bullet movement in a certain way. True. You definitely can. And the third thing, have you guys noticed in season 6, because there is no skill gap between players because of the recoil reduction in the TTK, most of them who made 20 bombs and kills between 10 and 15 are not just making between 3 and 5. This hit me hard. I invested my time to be better at this game, and these so-called pros just get away with using macros? I am out. Great game, pounded into the dirt. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of games these days, people are using all type of tricks to win the game. If it's not just a straight up hacker that's modding the game, there's other type of things that give you slight advantages. Everyone's getting a slight advantage or some type of something that benefits them in the game. And there are a lot of players that are just using a standard controller, a standard mouse and keyboard, things like that. There's nothing wrong with that, but at this point, games have come down to the point where there's all these advantages. You got modded controllers, you got rapid fires, you got Zims, you got macros, you got scripts, you got Cronus, you got all type of things doing all type of things. Honestly, I prefer some of those things over just straight up like mods and like aimbots, like straight up PC hacking aimbots. Like those things, you can't beat those things if it's really strong. So, but I mean that's where the current state of gaming is at, especially in a game like Apex Legends. So it is what it is. Kind of sucks. All I can say is master what you're good at. Keep it moving. Have fun. I share your point of view because I am telling this since day one. Wannabe famous streamers and YouTubers use at least no recoil macros, but no one gives a shit. Seems that G-Hub or whatever can't be detected. I don't know. Yes, I know recoil on Apex is lower than on other games. I have 300 hours in game, but no one can tell me that it is possible to beam every single clip without a of recoil. It is not possible. Yeah, generally, no, it's not possible. But they would ban them. Less people would watch Apex streams, so this must be their point of view, which of course, if more than hypocritical. I would not give a shit, but these people destroy the game for others and additionally get money for it. Yeah, I can see that happening. I mean, Apex is a game, and Apex, generally they will want to maximize that income for the game. So allowing players to play. I don't think they should allow players with massive cheats to play, but it may have gotten to that point to where they just want as many people to play as possible. I mean, it all depends on the integrity of the company, the integrity and what they if they stand for fair play or not. honestly, it really only matters when there's like money on the line or there's true competition, true ranks like ALGS, things like that. I suppose when it comes to just like the public playing the game, developers probably don't care as much, and there's no reason to, since most players are just playing for fun. But some players, want to have fair play across the whole entire game and the spectrum of the game. So I can understand that. For me, it's always been like that. Playing games fair has always been like that. The only time games wasn't fair is when I noticed people using a thing called a lag switch. Even some people probably still may use that. I'm not sure, but people used to use that, and I noticed that. I've even tried it myself. It's pretty crazy, but the only other thing I noticed was devices that allow you to play with mouse and keyboard on console. That was the biggest cheats for me back when I was growing up playing video games. There wasn't really cheats, but I would say those are the biggest advantages. Players can get the edge over other players, where lag switches and freaking mouse and keyboard on console, or glitches, those are the only advantages. Macros probably existed too still, not sure, but those were the three biggest things growing up: mouse and keyboard, lag switch, and just in-game glitches. Those are the biggest things. And eventually we it led to hacking and modding. It's just funny, but yeah, this is kind of true though. But overall, Apex Legends is a great fun game. Still, it's like a fun game. It's not perfect, but I enjoy playing it still. I've been playing it for a while now, probably about 3 years since it released, actually, on and off a little bit, but I always come back to it. And with new characters coming out, I always pretty much have a reason to come back and play it. So that's pretty cool. One thing I wish they would do in the game is just add a different game mode, like a more of a PvE mode. That way players can, like, a PvE co-op mode, like something players can consistently do to earn rewards. Like if they just don't want to battle royale, like no one wants to battle royale all the time, battle it out all the time. They could even add some type of, well, we got arenas. Arenas is the closest thing to like a team deathmatch. So I'd rather they just add like a PvE type of mode. Maybe throw in some what they call them, the whatever those little dog things in the game is. Throw some of those in there. Some of the AI monsters. Those things are pretty aggressive. And give it enough HP, players can fight that or something. And maybe earn rewards, specifically Apex coins, the very thing people have to pay for. It'd be better if players could earn it too as well. Maybe not earn it in a big way, but something that's a little more consistent and a little more consistent and valuable to the free players, I should say. But yeah, that's all I feel about the game, really. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you watched this, I was just bored and looking at this. Thought I'd share it with you guys. If you liked the video, please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment below how you feel about the current state of the game. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one.